Hey everybody, it's Mumbai Doug. Well, I am sitting at an angle purposely, on purpose. Grab yourself a piping hot cup of ice cold Coke out of the Doug mug. You see that? Doug. April 6, 2002. That's from our friend's wedding. Donnie and Michelle, happy anniversary, a few days late. Um, so, lots of activity. First of all, I felt awful earlier this evening. I just felt awful right before I went to Bible study. I only worked at the office half a day today, and then I came home and worked from bed, starting at about 1 o'clock until 5, where I could, be stretched out. That seems to be the most comfortable position, as if the lower half of my body is nice and stretched out, with no pressure points. And still having a good bit of discomfort. But tonight, right before I went to Bible study, I took some Tylenol. I took 2 extra strength Tylenol, and that seems to have helped a good bit. And the whole time I was at our small group tonight, I just sat and tried not to move at all, as little as possible, and that also helps. I have to get up and go to work every day right now because I'm doing training via the web. With some folks in India, and if I don't do it, no one's going to do it, and I'm on the timeline to get this stuff done. So 8:30 to 11 every day I have to do this, and so no matter what else I do, I'm dragging myself into work for that period of time, and if I can't make it all the way through the day right now, I don't care. My boss is really cool about it. She's, go home and work from home if you need to. The only time I can't do that is if I have meetings, and usually meetings I can call in for if I need to. So I'm still having some discomfort. It'll get better, and just keep taking the drugs that I was prescribed yesterday, and life will go on. But I don't think I told you all about this. I'm wearing a Dora the Explorer Band-Aid, because apparently those are the only kind of Band-Aids we have in this house, are like cartoon kid Band-Aids. And so what happened was, the other night, it was like Sunday maybe, I went into the bathroom to do something. Long story short, I have a giant glass vase in there full of shells and sand, with a dry arrangement. That vase has cracked all the way around, and apparently has also slipped a little bit, so it has a jagged edge all the way around, which I did not know. I reached to go hang up the phone or get the phone charger or something, I can't remember. And when I did that, I slid my thumb right across that cutting edge of the vase, and that thing bled. It bled like you wouldn't even believe. I mean, I applied pressure. I was holding it over my head. Couldn't get it to stop bleeding. Then I thought, man, I'm gonna need stitches. Thankfully, it finally stopped bleeding, although if I hit it just the right way now, it'll start bleeding again, and this was like 4 days ago. So then, as if that's not bad enough, yesterday I had the whole going back to the urologist thing. You know how much fun that was with the young lady intern watching on. So last night I had prepared some chips and salsa. Not the homemade salsa. I'm back to the store-bought. But I was really hungry. I was waiting for my food to cook. And so I took a big triangular... How do you make a triangle? I am stupid. Make a big triangular tortilla chip. I dipped it in the salsa, and I went to go put it in my mouth. The corner of the chip went straight into the corner of my mouth, and that started bleeding. I cut my mouth with a tortilla chip with salsa on it, and for a second I was like, I did not just cut my mouth with a chip to the extent that it's bleeding, but I did. I'm just in bad shape altogether right now. I need to not be driving, heaven forbid. And speaking of driving and dangerous, last night, 11 o'clock, Darla and I are sitting here minding our own business. I'm sitting right here. Darla's sitting right over there on the couch like she usually does. TV wasn't even on. I was reading an email to her that my uncle had sent from Saudi Arabia, a big long one. And as I'm almost 3/4 of the way through the email, we hear a big screeching tires and crash. And there is no worse sound, I don't care what you say, nails on a chalkboard. There's no worse sound than cars crashing close by. And right away you could hear from the sound that the authorities needed to be called. It wasn't just like, oh, don't worry about it, we're just minor fender bender. It wasn't like that. And as soon as we flung open the side door, we could hear people yelling. And anyway, I picked up the phone, I called 911, Darla ran out to see if she could assist. You just never know what you're going to find when you come up on an accident like that. And it was late at night, you don't know if people have been drinking, whatever. So anyway, I, in my infinite wisdom, hit record on my, because it was sitting right here, I just hit record, and so I'm going to show you a couple of clips from that. One of the cars was a Ford Taurus, which I think is what Beth, Silver Scream Girl, drives, and so I said something during the video about that, but anyway, then today I'm sitting here taking a break from work, and it sounds like a helicopter is about to land on my house. So again, in my infinite wisdom, I grab the camera and I take video of that. I'm probably not going to show that because it didn't come out good in video. But a helicopter landed like right across the cul-de-sac from us. I'm like, what is going? I want to live in a quiet neighborhood where the only noises I hear are nature. I'm tired of the commotion. We've lived here for 11 years in this house, more than 11 years, since it was new. It's been a wonderful house for us, and we're grateful and blessed to have it. But we're ready for a change of scenery. And I wish, if we were in a position to do it right now, we have some financial goals we've set before we buy another house. But we'll cherish that day. So anyway, y'all have a good evening. I'm just going to put in some clips from the accident scene last night, and I'll leave you with that. I'm rambling as usual, so I'll stop. Peace out. West Side. Bloods. How do you do Bloods? Okay. Bye.
Oh, good grief. It's always something. Darla's over there with no shoes on. I can't run. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, I heard
Good night.
I told him that free.
Well, folks, you see it again. Another accident behind the house. It's crazy. It's 11:45 at night. See those lights flashing in my window? No, it's not the neighbor's Christmas lights that they haven't taken down. No, it's not that. No, it's yet another accident scene cleanup behind my house. I'm not going back out there, but this is the scene from our side door. Yes. This time it was a Camry versus like a Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you, Beth. Camry versus a Ford Taurus.